winners back to back. It's a lot more fun, I think, than someone losing, winning, losing. It's a roller coaster ride of emotions, and I just can't handle it a lot of the time. But oh, we should have told them about colors, because now chat is gonna get right on our ass about blue and blue. All right, well, game number 1 did not go well for him. Game number 2 did not go well for him. Maybe game number 3 is where the magic happens. But spawning here in the top left, he is on his last life. It's the blue Terran Drunkenboi.
In the bottom left, as the teal Terran, he is MaSa.
So before we even get into the topic of colors, I guess, something brought up in chat, something we've definitely discussed before, is like, what about just forcing players to always be red versus blue type thing? And I gotta be honest, I kind of like giving players the freedom to change their colors. I guess it's not a huge deal. We've never had any real big, massive complaints about it, but I don't know. I don't feel like any time in the near future we'll be forcing colors. But trying to make sure people aren't similar colors in a mirror matchup, that's something we can try to accommodate. No problem.
Yeah. I do know, like, I think, like, ESL, if you're in the mainstream, they'll ask for red and blue, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do it. Anyways, so Lairlac crests, vertical spawn, it doesn't really actually matter what spawn you're in, it's a pretty small map. Drunkenboi has just had the worst luck, and maybe changing up his build would change that? Nope, he's not. Drunkenboi is once again going for the 1-Rax expand. MaSa said, hey, that attack did such good work last time, I'm going to do it again here.
The thing about that attack, too, it got really nasty because of the medevac lift up, right? But even without it, again, like, that can actually be something that tears down a depot wall. Usually there's only a handful of Marines behind it, so the Hellions have no problem dealing with them. And we did see the... we referenced it earlier, the single use of the Cyclone try and come into effect. If that had been out before things began... yeah, the Cyclone actually has this almost weird Mothership Core-esque protective nature to it. But the fact that it spawned as everything was already going to shit is the reason that it did not perform well.
Yeah. If Drunkenboi had not even attacked with his first 6 Marines, or 4 Marines, can't remember, and just kept them in the back waiting for that Cyclone, things would have gone a whole lot better. But he did lose, like, everything, and it just snowballed from there. So I'm sure he knows that. The 1-Rax expand can actually defend against everything except, like, a proxy 3-Rax, and even then, maybe if your micro is super good. So it is a safe build. Drunkenboi actually, a little safer, puts it on the high ground. Obviously saw what the build was and was scared of the 2 Reapers, I guess, killing his SCV over and over and over again until he can no longer get the command center. MaSa's not going for a medevac this time. It is going to be a Liberator. So that might be quite a surprise for Drunkenboi, who's not going to be looking into the CV line. It's going to be entirely focused on the front.
Of course, for Drunkenboi, it's a little annoying. You see him trying to put the grenades really far away, and that's not because he's trying to predict the hits, but if you put it too close, you can actually accidentally send his units over the depots. Not something you're going to want to do. Hellions free entrance to the base? No.
The Liberator's still not popping out. And Drunkenboi's dealing with this okay. Again, the ideal situation is having him distracted.
Yeah, this isn't so... this has definitely not done what it did last time. But the Liberator will certainly start mixing this up, because he doesn't have to use this on the mineral line. He will send it that direction, and on Lairlac, that's questionable. He could actually use it to zone out the ramp, and then just bust the ramp himself with the Reapers and the Hellions.
That's true. That is definitely a possibility.
In fact, the depot is going to break here in just a moment. Now, there's a Widow Mine down. He's got to be careful not to get caught by it. That can do a lot of damage very quickly. Liberator is set up in such a way that's going to be really difficult for the Marines to get on top of it as well. Grenades hitting those Marines for 10 a shot, but of course, it's every Marine getting hit for 10, so not good. Depot goes down again. That actually supply blocks Drunkenboi pretty much. Actually completes another one, calls down supply, on the depot back here, but no mining going on while this happens. That Liberator is doing so much better than I thought it would.
Yeah. The Viking pops out. Unfortunately, Drunkenboi, he was trying to micro his SCVs and realized that was not going to happen. Just had to get him entirely off of mining. MaSa's following this up with a Banshee as well. That's pretty cool.
And he catches the Widow Mine as it unburrows.
This Banshee follow-up, usually I'd be like, well, it's so late, is it really going to do? It's holding his stim off longer and longer. I mean, Drunkenboi, that's one thing he has, definitely, is the stim timing for sure. But in this case, Drunkenboi is already playing scared. He's already been harassed a ton. He's not thinking about that next step probably, and is not going to have a hard response to the Banshee, I should say, because he does have a scan and a handful of Marines, but missile turrets aren't down, and you know, the Viking, well, it has to chase around. So, actually, it's on the low ground right now. It's landed.
Well, I mean, this it already got him up about 10 workers ahead. So MaSa, as far as the income wars goes, should be kicking ass. And yep, as we look at the graphs, confirms that mountain of light blue. And here comes the Banshee. So again, there's no scan readily available. There's no detection for this. Actually, I take it back.
Yeah.
Second Panzer does have a scan.
Yeah, so he was either aware of this or accidentally didn't hotkey that command center, but either way.
Those Marines are so low, it is only the Viking that is truly a threat.
Yeah. Yeah, so six extra kills and then 2 Marines is really not so bad.
Realizing all the Marines are out of position, lets his Hellions and Reapers get to the main.
Oh my god.
Oh, the grenades!
You know, the Hellions aren't getting the grid shots yet, but here they go.
Now the splash damage is already stacking up. Drunkenboi is once again going to lose this game, not to a gigantic army clash, but indeed to SCVs. I don't know if he'll tap out here, as he does have an attack of his own going on the other side of the field, but it is 7 SCVs to 29, and it's not about how many more he kills, it's about how little he has.
You know, you see that you have such a long, like, okay, he doesn't actually see it, right? But if he knew how far ahead his stim and combat shields was, that would definitely explain sticking in the game. But even that obviously wouldn't help him, so he just taps out.
GG, this means MaSa will advance on to the finals of the group, and Drunkenboi will sadly be the first player eliminated from the Ting Open. However, this